I could feel the tension crackle through the velvet ropes as Meghan's perfectly manicured hand reached for the microphone, and the crowd's reaction was nothing short of volcanic. It was May 12th, 2025, and the Beverly Hilton's Grand Ballroom had been transformed into a cathedral of celebrity. Flashbulbs erupted like supernovas, illuminating the satin gowns and tuxedos that pulsed beneath the crystal chandeliers. A gentle hum of conversations, gossip-laden and speculative, floated through the air, punctuated by the soft clink of champagne flutes. Reporters jockeyed for angle. Influencers snapped selfies in front of the Dorian Awards backdrop. Yet beneath this glimmering veneer, an undercurrent of dissent whispered. Meghan Markle was about to insist on royal protocol. Stepping onto the scarlet-carpeted stage, Meghan cut an imposing figure. Sleek black gown with a hint of regality, a subtle sapphire pendant resting at her throat, bearing a motif of Sussex blue. Once celebrated for her Hollywood roles and charitable causes, she had since rebranded herself as the Duchess of Sussex, yet whispers of entitlement shadowed her steps. Makeup artists described tense moments backstage when she demanded adjustments to lend her cheekbones the true profile of a princess. Stylists murmured about curt corrections, that hemline is too casual for someone in my station, and PR operatives kept a watchful eye, anticipating her next royal gambit. A trusted insider told me that minutes before the ceremony, Meghan summoned stagehands. Ensure the announcement proclaims Duchess of Sussex. I will not walk on stage under any lesser title. The head usher balked at the request, whispering, "We're an entertainment awards show, not a royal investiture." Yet the program was amended, and the cue cards meticulously altered. Backstage cameras, meant for official social media teasers, captured Meghan's final pep talk with her stylist. Remember, Sussex is not just a name, it's a brand. They will address me properly, or they'll see my true resolve. Her stylist nod was deferential, uneasy. From the moment she took the mic, the crowd leaned in. Every eye locked on her lips as she opened with a stately, "Good evening, esteemed colleagues," yet her next words, like a guillotine blade, would sever the night in two. "Meghan, tonight, I kindly request you refer to me by my proper title, Duchess of Sussex." Steady voice. Project authority. "Meghan, it is only fitting, given the legacy we celebrate." A ripple of murmurs coursed through the audience. Some leaned forward in silent shock. Others recoiled, brows furrowed. I caught the flicker of recognition in an Oscar winner's eyes. Was it disdain or disbelief? A lone scoff, a staccato note in the hush, emanated from the back row. "Duchess? In this circus?" Laughter, low but sharp, snapped like a whip crack. Meghan's composure faltered for the briefest instant. An eyewitness near the stage whispered. You could see her jaw tighten. She's used to deference, not derision. Elsewhere, a fashion blogger live-streamed. She thinks she's stepping into Buckingham Palace, not Tinseltown. Her stream pinged with thousands of comments in seconds. Unfazed, Meghan exhaled and raised her chin. "I understand this may seem unconventional," she continued, "but respect for titles underpins centuries of tradition." Her carefully chosen words dripped with calculated poise, yet beneath the veneer, I sense a tremor of uncertainty. A veteran stagehand later confided. She paused longer than usual, like she was gauging our reaction. We were all frozen. The hush extended, pregnant with anticipation. Before she could pivot to her tribute to the arts, a synchronized chorus of boos emerged. Tentative at first, then swelling into a roar. Security's discreet earpieces crackled. The host's practiced grin faltered. In that explosion of jeers, Meghan's eyes narrowed. She lifted a gloved hand to silence the uproar, an image of regal command tested by an unruly crowd. But before her next words could land, the house lights dimmed abruptly, and a brassy trumpet fanfare blared, drowning out her voice. Was it a technical glitch, or something more sinister? What Meghan did next would leave the ballroom reeling. The blare of trumpets pierced the thick air, a brazen fanfare that felt more like a gauntlet thrown at Meghan's feet. Her microphone crackled under the assault of feedback. She froze, fingers tightening around the podium's edge. The jeers, once tentative, now thundered to the chandeliered hall. Meghan, voice wavering, "Ladies and gentlemen, please. Breathe. Reclaim authority." Meghan, we are here to honor excellence, not to engage in theatrics. They think they can humiliate me? Not on my watch. Her carefully rehearsed lines began to unravel as the crowd's cacophony drowned out her measured tones. A veteran producer in the front row later revealed, "I've never seen an audience turn on someone so quickly." The boos weren't just loud. They were angry, vindictive. Across social media, live tweets flew. Hashtag Duchess deserves better clashed with hashtag Duchess disgrace, each trending in rapid-fire succession. Without warning, the giant LED screens flanking the stage flickered, then illuminated with grainy footage. The video showed Meghan outside the venue 30 minutes earlier, hissing into her phone, "If they don't fall in line, I'll let this footage speak for me." The camera panned to a cloak and dagger exchange, a production assistant handing a flash drive to Meghan's confidant. Her curt laugh echoed, "Let's see who's laughing tomorrow." I recognized the assistant, pampered, fearful, slipping silently into the crowd. Whispers attribute the leak to another staffer, disgusted by Meghan's covert manipulation. In that flickering half-light, her unguarded grin cemented the betrayal. Pandemonium erupted. Gasps, shouts, and the piercing buzz of camera shutters merged into a single, deafening roar. The host stumbled over her next line, while security briefly swarmed the stage, uncertain whether to escort Meghan or protect her. Meghan's face paled as she stepped back, clutching the podium for support. She began, but the audience's wrath was uncontainable. Would she abandon her speech, or attempt one final bid for control? Drawing a shuddering breath, Meghan straightened, jaw set. She raised a slender hand, voice cutting to the chaos. "This is not what I intended." Her words, meant as contrition, rang hollow. A fresh wave of booing crashed in response, drowning out her apology. Cameras flocked to her retreating silhouette as she hurried offstage, entourage flanking her like shields. Reporters clamored in the aisles, microphones extended. "Are you okay? Do you regret your request? Will you respond to these allegations?" A terse statement was all aides managed. Her Royal Highness thanks fans for their support and looks forward to touring charitable initiatives next month. Industry veterans revealed that several network executives had whispered plans to cancel or renegotiate Meghan's upcoming talk show slot. Streaming platforms halted production on a documentary special in pre-production, citing irreparable reputational risk. By dawn, headlines blared across tabloids and entertainment sites. Duchess's demand backfires and Markle's monarchical misstep. Late-night monologues gleefully replayed the boos and the Backstage clip. Talk radio debates split audiences. Was she justified in demanding her title, or wildly out of touch with her reality? The spectacle of the Dorian Awards had exposed Meghan's royal posturing as a double-edged sword, commanding attention, but turning admiration into contempt. Her ambition to blend palace protocol with Hollywood glamour had collapsed under the weight of an unforgiving crowd. This episode will serve as a cautionary tale. In a world where celebrity and royalty collide, authority must be earned, not demanded. Meghan's ordeal underscores the perils of entitlement and the power of an audience unwilling to kneel. If you thought that was explosive, hit subscribe and drop your thoughts below. Was Meghan's demand a bold stand for respect, or a pompous overreach destined to fail? Let me know in the comments.